Hello and welcome friends. In this session we are going to learn figures of speech part 3. In my previous session I taught what is figures of speech. That is the techniques which create a special effect by taking a language beyond its literal sense. Also I taught you what is alteration, that is repetition of consonant sound, assonance, repetition of vowel sound, anaphora, repetition of word or expression in a stanza many times, or allusion means referring some historical figure or biblical reference, or antithesis means two opposite qualities, human quality as well as divine qualities. Then anticlimax means a person suddenly loses everything from elevated to a what we call to a mean, suddenly he become poor, from richness to poor. Then climax is an important situation in a poem or in a prose. Epigram is we are expressing some quality or we are expressing something in a funny or humorous way. Then hyperbole means exaggeration, means we are telling something, making it more impressive than actual it is. Then irony is nothing but a person's job is something but his quality is something else. For example, I said already, the Titanic is unsinkable boat but it sunk in its first trip, means its quality is something but it happened something, means opposed to each other. Then metonymy means instead of taking a person's name we are attributing some things which must be closely related to him. Then finally I thought what is enjambment means without any force we are continuing to a second line in poem. That this much I thought in my previous session. So now I will start what is simile. Simile is a figure of speech. In simile we make comparison, the comparison between two things by using a word like or as dash as. Two types of comparison we will make in the simile. First, like example, he fights like a lion, how he fights like a lion. You are beautiful like a rose. Okay, we made comparison by using a word like. This is the first type of comparison. Second type of comparison is as dash as. Example, Mohan is as brave as lion. She is as tall as giraffe. Okay, this is comparison. Second figure second figure of speech is metaphor. What is metaphor? In metaphor, we will make a comparison. So comparison between two different things without using a comparative word. Okay. Here we use the comparative word, but here we don't use any comparative word. It is a direct comparison. We are direct comparing one person with another. Example, variety is a spice of life. His words are knife to my heart. You are shining star. Snow is a white blanket. Okay, this is a high level of comparison. Simile is a low level of comparison. In simile, we compare the qualities, but in metaphor, we are direct comparing to that particular things. Is it clear? Now, next, onomatopoeic. What is onomatopoeic? Onomatopoeic is a sound word. Here, words are formed by imitating a sound. Example, telephone ring at the middle of the night. Children clap their hands. She clicked the photos. Okay, this is only called onomatopoeic. Means a sound word. Words are formed by imitating sound. Next, personification. It is one of the very important. Personification, attributing human nature or quality to abstract or non-living object or inanimate object, means for human qualities, human person, means we are referring to some other inanimate or abstract things. Okay, we are referring human qualities or human nature to abstract things is called a personification. Example, opportunities knocks at the door but once. Opportunities knocks at the door but once. Lightning danced across the sky. Justice is blind, at times death, at times deaf. Or death, where is your victory? Okay, mostly we use personification in a poetry. Okay, mostly a poet, he use when he writes a poem, he compare things with a human nature. Next, rhetorical questions. Rhetorical questions. Here questions asked in order to create a dramatic effect rather than get answer. Question which is asked to create one kind of effect, okay, than answer. Question that makes a point rather than answer. Question which is having a great meaning than it signify. Okay, we ask some questions, that questions are having some great meaning, it contains some great expression than any answer. Example, do you really want our planet to survive? For who can bear to feel himself forgotten? For who can bear to feel himself forgotten? How can we expect with him more? Okay, this some type of questions which are having some deep meaning. It doesn't expect some question. Okay, it has itself. This question signifies some meanings. Next, sixth one, symbolism. What is symbolism? Use of a symbols to signify ideas or qualities. Okay, in symbolism, it is a figure of speech. Here we use some symbols to signify some ideas or some qualities. Example, what red light signify? Red light signify in a traffic, it signifies stop. In a hospital, it signifies blood. Red light or red color is also signified as a anger. Second one, green. What green light signify? In the traffic, it signifies that you can pass now. In the hospital, in operation theater, if there is a green light, it signifies that the operation is successful. Next, white. What white signifies? White signifies peace, purity, etc. Okay. Symbolism means using a symbol to signify some qualities or some ideas. Okay, there are one more symbol is there, a plus. What plus it symbolizes? It symbolizes a medical. Is it? What cross symbolizes? Cross symbolizes a Christianity. Is it? Jesus Christ. This is only called symbolism. Then finally, paradox. What is paradox? Paradox is a statement that is contradictory or opposed. The statement which is opposed or which is contradictory, yet it is absolutely true. The statement which is opposed, which is contradictory, yet it is true. Example, it is the beginning of the end. Save money by spending it. I know one thing, is that I know nothing. These statements are opposed, it is the beginning of the end, but it is absolutely true. That is only called paradox. Two opposite statement. Okay, it looks like a contradictory, it looks like a opposite to each other, but it is true. So what we learn in this poem? First I gave a short introduction of all the figures of speech which we learned in the previous classes. Then I said what is simile? Simile is lower level of comparison. We are comparing the things or comparing the quality of one person to another by using a word like or as dash as. What is metaphor? Metaphor is also one type of comparison, but in metaphor we don't use comparative word like as dashes. It is a direct comparison. Then onomatopoeic, it is a sound word. The words are formed by imitating a sound. That is called onomatopoeia. Then what is personification? Personification, giving some human qualities to something abstract, okay, some inanimate object. I gave you some example. Inanimate object which described with some human qualities, that is called personification. Then rhetorical questions. Here are some questions which are asked, the expression of that question in such a way which signifies some deeper meaning than to get some answer. That is only called rhetorical question. Symbolism means some symbols which signify some different ideas, some great qualities. That is only called symbolism. Then paradox. Paradox is two opposite or two contradictory statement It looks like a contradictory, but it absolutely true. That is only called paradox. Is it clear? So please go through my all three videos, because these figures of speech, I have explained very clearly these figures of speech. Still, if you have any doubt, you can contact or you can write in the comment section. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.